has somebody just completely stalled? Yes, that's Jan Paszek, unfortunately completely stalling on the grid. As Amico pulls away cleanly, Max Simons is under huge pressure from 1, 2 and 3 Greek cars. Around the outside goes Sklias, making contact with his teammate Bill Panetits, but they both go around the outside of Max Simons. Up into P2 goes Sklias. Fantastic start for the Greek driver, and he moves from P4 to P2. Bill Panettis stays in P3. Max Simons drops 2 positions. Christian Jamalski gains 1 up into P5. And Jan Paszek stalling on the grid, dropped from P5 to P9. A torrid start for the Audi driver who's just spun there. That's Benji Beams.
That's Benji Beams.
What happened there? That's side by side for Tuscan. Oh, he's hit him. Bill Panettis has hit his teammate and he spun him around. He's been hit around very kindly by Luigi Police, but that was Greek on Greek murder. Well, he's murdered himself.
Guess you can call that a civil war. Yeah, what a start.
Oh, I missed the breaking point. You know, who's that? That's a Polish driver. Jan Paszek completely went off at Dunlop chicane. And now side by side for 6 between Luigi Police and Andrei Sim. Police up into 6 after starting from P10, I think. So a great start from the Italian driver who had internet issues in the first 3 rounds. But maybe tonight he can actually show his true pace without drama. Off goes Kajetan Kwa up ahead and a set to the inside from Andrei Sim on Luigi Police through the nets hairpin. And Police now is on the wrong line through the Panasonic hairpin as Andrei Sim tries to go around the outside and he actually doesn't get a good exit because he's all the way onto the rumble strip on the outside. Let's go on board with the British driver into Coca-Cola corner. Fourth gear just has a snap. There's no contact. Oh, it's Bill Panettis trying to defend from Max Simons and just breaks way too late into the hairpin. Panettis sees Max Simons coming and just tries to cover across and breaks too late and hitting Sklias in the process, and Jabalski has to take a void in action to not spin Max Simons around. Oh, what's happened there? The taste of Sklias has a 10-second stop, 20-second stop go for speeding. He must have tried to defend his position, went onto the pit white line, and that pinged him for a 20-second stop go. That can't be right.
I think this is one of those track mods where it's kind of bugged and all of a sudden
it's been cleared. It's been cleared by race director. Sandy Budge has quickly rectified that error. The Audis are hitting each other. That is Lorenz Granberg on the inside and hitting Jan Paszek. We had Jakub von der Letek going off into turn number 1 just a moment ago. Kajetan Kwa now losing position to Andrei Sim. We also got Jabalski dropping slightly back from Max Simons and into the clutches of Sklias. It looks like Jabalski absolutely doesn't have the pace tonight. Andrei Sim now getting a perfect run coming out of the final Panasonic hairpin, and he's pulled alongside. The Renault is getting past the Audi driver. The Audi now will retake the slipstream and maybe they can continue their fight down into turn number 1.
Well, I mean, Bernatsis also made a move and then had a bit of a suboptimal exit, and he's also trying to defend right now, but he has the racing line, the Audi of Granberg.
Oh, he's gone deep.
The outrip.
Yeah, but
what happened there? That was.
Well, he actually did a good thing because he knows he's braked too late, so he's released his brake to just go deep instead of going into the side of Bill Panettis. He's actually done quite well after his mistake by not hitting the other driver, but now Jan Paszek has gone around the outside of Luigi Police up into P7. Is the recovering Polish driver after his stall on the grid, of course. Now Bill Panettis into the hairpin, but well, in which he hits Sklias on lap number 1. He's going to try to go around the outside of Police at 300R. You have to leave each other space. They're trying to squeeze into each other. Bill Panettis switches to the inside. They're both going to dive down the inside of Jan Paszek, and Police goes way too deep into the braking zone and hitting Jan Paszek in the process, who somehow retained his P7. Police rejoins now down into P10. Yeah, he's now behind Jakub von der Letek. So unfortunately, Police lost his. Well, he just braked too late into the Dunlop chicane. Battle for P3 though. Sklias is way too fast for Jabalski, who just doesn't have the pace tonight, the Toyota driver. And now the Alfa Romeo going around the outside. They're gonna fight this. But Jabalski, I think the clever thing for him to do is to start back. This is not team order, of course. This is just letting the faster driver go so he can at least solidify his P4, because clearly Jabalski doesn't have the pace of the top three tonight, and Bill Panetta sends it down the inside into turn one on Jan Paszek. Jan Paszek goes for the cutback. They're going to be side by side through Coca-Cola corner. Jan Paszek on the outside. Can he stay in there or will he back off? Bill Panetta tries to edge back to the racing line.
And contact.
I'm not sure whose fault that is.
Yeah.
Did Bill move over or did Jan turn too early?
So I had a look at that incident. Pernatsis was ahead. He was moving more towards the racing line because at that point he was ahead, but he broke earlier than Jan Paszek into the braking zone. Paszek tried to outbrake him, but of course if there's a car ahead of you, you're bound to make contact. So I think Pernatsis might have been able to give a bit more space, but overall it's kind of a racing incident.
Yeah, they could have been more kind to each other, I guess, as Andre Sim has finally completed the move on Katrina Crow, who's, trying to look back down the inside through 100R, and he's kept the nosing there, but into the hairpin. Andre Sim breaks later, will now take P5. They have a very similar pace. It's all about who makes the fewer mistakes. Paszek has got a tank slapper, he's gone wide through turn 13, and he's going to yield the position, or he's going to send it back down the inside and giving the Honda driver a bit of tap on the rear, but he does back off. Well, we've got two separate battles now on the Slavian straight. Bill Panetta, the inside of Luigi Pulice. We're going to stay on board with the Greek drivers who can also see the battles up ahead, while that is Jan Paszek in the Audi pulling to the inside and trying to repass Jakub Wondracek. It looks like it's a great straight line speed. He's cleared the Honda driver before the braking point. Meanwhile, side by side into the braking zone is Bill Panetta with Luigi Pulice, who's braking later around the outside, but he's gone slightly too deep because the wider line actually isn't the best into turn one. Still, Wondracek tries to go around the outside in the Coca-Cola corner. He's gonna try to do it, and it'll get the inside line through 300. Fantastic from Jakub Wondracek, the debutant up into P7.
I don't want to jinx it, and I don't wish anything bad to happen to Pernatsis, but I really hope it doesn't end up like a Sisyphus situation for him of driving, crashing, recovering, crashing, recovering. Because I mean, what's a race like that? But I mean,
yeah,
looks like Paszek made a grand enough mistake to lose position. So he's in the slipstream right now. He has the inside line, and yeah, that's done. It could be.
well,
I mean, all of a sudden he started driving slowly. I thought maybe a corner cut, but no, he's in the pits now.
I think he ran out of fuel. He must have run out of fuel then. So that's a big issue for Wondracek, who's going to be a lap down. At least he's done the pit stop already, basically, because he can drive till the end of the race, but gets a perfect run coming out of the Panasonic hairpin, and surely this is a slam dunk move. Don't go that wide, you might get pinged for stop and go 20. Thus, that's another penalty that needs to be cleared by the race director. So Panetta give him a little bump, and now to the inside of the next hairpin. You can see Kawau is clearly slower, and Panettis hit him because Kawau didn't accelerate off the corner again. This is not trying to even overtake, this is trying to avoid a slower midfield car, and now Jan Paszek has caught up to the rear of both of them. And Panetta this time will choose the outside line, not the inside line, and he's going to pass Karina Kawau easily this time. Kawau back in the slipstream though, trying to re-attack on Panettis with Jan Paszek right behind the pair of them. Can we see 3 wide into turn 1? Doesn't like Kawau has the straight line speed. Can Paszek pass Kawau into turn 1? He's putting to the inside line. The two Audis go side by side. Don't miss your braking point, because if you do, you will hit Bill Panettis. Kawau has almost hit Bill Panettis. Panettis has to completely go off the track to avoid Kajetan Kawau, who absolutely misses the braking point. And through goes Jan Paszek from P7 up into P6, from P8 rather up into P6. And now Kawau is resetting it to the inside, and Bill Panettis cuts a corner. He is absolutely angry with Kajetan Kawau after what he did at turn 1, and he decided to do a through goes Hamilton moment, albeit maybe a bit illegal.
I mean, I think there are going to be a few things from those moves that has to be looked at as Paszek and Koval make contact. Koval gets the worst of it.
Was there an overlap before the turning point? Yes, but I think Kowal just went into Pashek. Pashek was already turning at that point. And into the pits goes Tesla. He has to drive around the red and white curb, and he's got to drive through for speeding. That's killed all the hope of a battle for P2.
Yeah, his exit looks alright. Not the best, but still close
What?
enough.
What? What?
Oh.
What? Huh?
Wasn't he behind?
No, it's lag. Kowal just, well, he's gone back ahead. Marcel Miku, who had a 5.5 second lead. Now, here's the thing. We know Max Simons likes to put on a full tank of fuel at the start of the race. If he's done that again, his pit stop will be shorter than Marcel Miku's. Might we see a battle for the lead? But then Marcel Miku on potentially new tires will be way faster, but Marcel Miku might also have traffic, because if these midfield runners have putting a full tank of fuel at the start of the race, then they are, well, battling for legitimate positions. Tesla has got a stop and go 20 seconds of speeding while trying to take the drive-through penalty. Sorry, touched the red and white curb ever so slightly. That's why he got the stop go 20. That's why the penalty has now been cleared by the race director. So he's lost further time there, and now the inside goes Vasilev. He's absolutely bumped go out of the way. That's rude, and Granberg has picked up pieces. Granberg now is up into net P9, currently fourth on the road, and this battle is right in front of Marcel Miku. So if Marcel Miku is not careful, as Granberg now passes Vasilev, if Marcel Miku is not careful, he could see his car being demolished by these three.
I would be impressed with the jumps if I didn't see the Charlotte Roval yesterday.
Oh.
Ooh, Miku on the grass.
He's made contact with Kowal, trying to squeeze Kowal to the inside through 300R, and now he can't make the move. He's still getting stuck. He's absolutely losing heaps of time behind these drivers that have not made their pit stop yet. And Fuji is not a young Pashak at a drive-through penalty. Kowal's hit Vasilev. Is that revenge, or is that just a bit of not very good driving? Now Marcel Miku to the inside, trying to pass Kowal. And Kowal backs off this time on the brakes on the outside. Vasilev now down to 6th. And now down to the donut hairpin. I think Andre Sim has left the inside open for Sklias. And now Vasilev has taken his drive-through penalty, so down to 10th goes the Bulgarian driver, as Sklias now moves up into 4th, passing Andre Sim. No, stays far away from it. Does he speed? No.
Oh, flawless.
Perfect.
That was clean. That was very clean.
It's still close enough
right now
to have a chance, because Marcel Miku was 8/10 a lap faster, but he might just be too far back. Marcel Miku goes fastest again. He's absolutely going for it, but the gap seems to be maybe 7 seconds, I want to say.
8-ish seconds, yeah.
Yeah, 8.5 as the delta settles down. And there are only how many laps? 4 laps, 5 laps remaining? I think 5 laps remaining, including this one. That just looks like too much of a gap, isn't it? Side by side with P7 though, Jan Pashak and Lawrence Granberg. The Audis do battle. Pashak to the inside, up into P7.
He's still going at it. Ooh, what a send down the inside, almost contact. But luckily nothing.
Well, you scared Pashak off though.
Yeah. Regarding Miku, I think if the race was 50 minutes or an hour instead of 45, we would have had him, but no.
Oh, sand! Big sand from Granberg! Can he make what a beautiful move! He's actually stopped the car without going deep. Side by side, they left each other space through the chicane as well. This is probably the best battle we've seen tonight. No contact, clean as a whistle. Both of the cars leaving each other space. And young Pashak keeps his P7 in the slipstream. Will he pull out in the final moment? Yes, he will. Granberg to the inside of turn number 1. Pashek is going to try to set up the exit. Going to turn tighter, but he's not got a good exit. Ooh, wide goes Pashek through 300i. He's going to try to stop the car before the hairpin. Granberg leaves him space, sees him coming, and now going to try to do the cutback through 300i. Brilliant battle between the Audi drivers. Ooh, on the grass, it's Pashek trying to turn it too tight and leaving Granberg space on the outside. Still side by side down towards the Dunlop chicane. Granberg in silver car around the outside. Brakes later, covers Pashek off. Fantastic confidence on the braking from Lorenz Granberg.
Brilliant. I mean, I think it's safe to say Miku won't be able to catch up to Simons in time, so these guys are entertaining us to the max as they go side by side to the contact.
That's fine. That's a little bit of bump.
Granberg shaky, but they're bringing it to the main straight right now.
Pashek left space for Granberg to return to the track, and they're going to continue their battle down the start finish straight. The gap at the front of the field, 5.7 seconds. But they're coming around 2, 3 laps remaining. Don't go onto the... Oh, Granberg has the pit.
Oh, he's pitting. He's throwing away his position.
That's caught me off guard. So young Pashek will keep his P7 even though he has a 5-second penalty for cutting. Granberg has miscalculated his field delta or something. The end result will show a 1-second gap between Max Simons, who will now take the checkered flag if he doesn't run out of the field. A flash of the headlights. The Hyundai driver, Max Simons, wins at Fuji Speedway, and he's going to chase down Marcel Miku. The championship gap now down to just 4 points between Max Simons and Marcel Miku.